Hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Get Good Your Gaming. Welcome if you are new. You can call me KK. And on today's design episode, we are designing here in the bind of Storybook Vale, with Storybook Vale Part 2 coming out on July 8th. I figured it was perfect time to give you some decorating ideas. And we are just here where your player house is when you first get the game. But I've already cleared this area. You can see my house right behind me. And we are going to be designing a sweet little area for Flynn and his love Rapunzel. Let's go ahead and let's get started. Now, just like I do with all of my builds, I always start out with getting everything and anything that I think might match the theme that I'm looking for. So that means this Corona Castle, which is a premium shop item, of course, Rapunzel's house, and Flynn's house, and then I do eventually also pull out the Snuggly Duckling. I do decide very early on, I'm not going to use the castle, and that's where I do end up replacing it with the Snuggly Duckling, which is also a premium shop house from a while ago. And we're just, again, going to pull everything out that we possibly can. So, the theme that I'm going for, since the bind is a very autumnal colors, I'm going to go with that more rustic look. So, I want our browns, our reds, our oranges, our wooden furniture, um, anything of the sort like that. Storybook Vale does have a bunch of adorable furniture items, like this little L-shaped bench over here with the campfire fireplacey thingy in the center. That is a workable bench. It is one solid piece, and it really fits the autumnal theme. And I think my favorite part about Storybook Vale is just there's just books everywhere. Every piece of furniture that they give is some sort of book like infused into it. The archway, the stairs going through the archway are books. On the trees, there's like books shoved into the tree trunks. And I just think that is so magical, and it just fits this vibe so perfectly. Now, as you can see with the Snuggly Duckling, it has a bright green tree on the top. So I will have to take some of the trees that are included in the DLC to try and kind of hide that green from the overall perspective, and we'll see towards the end if I did a good job or not. There are some pretty cool features with these trees that are included with the DLC, and that is that some of these trees and the rocks can only be placed in the water, which I think is so cool because this is the first pack where, besides like the reeds, you could actually put giant sculptures in the water. But we're just gonna keep on going right now before we show like all the cool little trees. There we go. I got a little ahead of myself. But it's cool. It's honestly one of my favorite things that I found when I got Storybook Vale, and it just adds to that whimsy of the build. So what I wanted to do here was I wanted to have two pathways, I guess technically three. One goes to Flynn's house, and then as you're walking past Flynn's, it'll kind of veer off through some wooded area into Rapunzel's little back area over here. And if you just continue to follow the path, you would go up to like the little Snuggly Duckling area, and then you could continue that path along the waterway into the back side of where we have Rapunzel. I tried to base how I designed this area with like where Rapunzel's set into the trees and like in the back and you can't really see her, based off of like the movie and the original story where she's hidden deep in the woods and like you have to kind of just stumble upon her. And that's just kind of what we're doing, but we're stumbling more in the autumnal colors than the bright green forest that you see in Tangled. A lot of this build is mostly trees, specifically around the houses, and kind of trying to blend Rapunzel in. Normally, I do my foliage last just because it's really hard to place the tiny, intricate details where I want them with a bunch of trees in the way. But since the trees are acting as more of a fence, and it's more behind my two main buildings, which is Flynn's house, which is here on the left, and the Snuggly Duckling, which is on the right, it was a lot easier to put the trees as I went versus just going towards the end and filling them in. Now, in front of Flynn's house, we're just including this little campfire, which unfortunately you can't do anything with it. It's not like a cooking stove or anything, it's just there for decoration. But I did set a little cozy area up for him. So there's two chairs by the fire, and then we put like a cart and some materials as if he's, I don't know, doing Flynn type things. I did, of course, not sure if he caught it, added a little chest because, our Flynn is our lovely rogue, and where else do rogues keep their treasure but a chest? Over here on the Snuggly Duckling side, I am just kind of mimicking what I originally did with the house when I had it in the Glade of Trust. And that's just to create like this rundown bar area. So there's lots of crates. I did create like this outdoor bar with this Snuggly Duckling item over here. I don't remember if this is a Storybook Vale Scrooge shop item or if this was a premium shop item, but I love this little wraparound bar thing. It's cute. So we're just gonna stock it with things you'd find at a bar. So food, plates, drinks. We're just gonna stock up and make it look as rundown as possible. Here we are adding those crafty type items that I was mentioning that Flynn would have outside his house. Since we don't really get to see Flynn in the movies outside of him stealing the crown from the princess, running from the guards, saving Rapunzel, we don't really see what it's like for Flynn's house. And I just kind of imagine him through me playing D&D a lot, what a rogue would be. So we just kind of went with that design. The table where I'm placing these chalices and candles is, I think it's called the alchemy table. It's in the Scrooge shop. It's a dark wood table and it's got like mushrooms and things growing on it. It's one of those pieces that everybody and their mother wants to have, and it matches this bookcase thing right next to this bar. And I just kind of wanted to create an outdoor bar space as well as having the inside of Snuggly Duckling decorated like a bar. There is a video on that on my channel where I did decorate the inside of Snuggly Duckling. If I remember, I'll go ahead and place it up in the cards. If not, I'm sorry that I forgot. Just remind me and I'll get you the link if you don't find it on my channel. I am using the leaf strewn path to go ahead and create that path that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. And this is the path that you're going to take to, well, find Rapunzel eventually, or get lost in the woods. Whatever you fancy. And here we go. Look, and there's Flynn. I love these colors so much. I'm a very nature colored person. And when I first got Storybook Vale, when it originally came out about a year ago, maybe 6 months, I fell in love with Storybook Vale instantly. And I hope you guys will too when part 2 comes out next week. It comes out July 8th. Let's go ahead and let's do a walk around on our tiny little village area for Flynn and Rapunzel and everybody in the Snuggly Duckling. And that is going to do it for me today, friends, in the bind of Storybook Vale. Let me know in the comments down below, do you have Storybook Vale? Or if you already have it, are you excited and waiting for and ready for part 2 where we finally get to have Aurora and Maleficent? I am so excited for the update coming in July. So be sure to follow along, and I will be, of course, doing a playthrough on Twitch and, of course, here on YouTube. And if you go in the description box down below, you can go ahead and find me across all social media. That's Twitch, Twitter, and Discord, where I will post when I am going live to play Storybook Vale with you guys. Now, if you do enjoy this type of content, including all other cozy game content, you can go ahead and click that thumbs up button. It really and truly does help me in the algorithm. If you are looking for a like-minded community over on Facebook, be sure to check the description box down below and join the Facebook group Dreamlight Valley Adults After Dark. We are a little bit darker and snarkier than most of your Facebook Dreamlight Valley groups, but we are all inclusive. We are so much fun, and we have so many games, giveaways, and prizes that we do quite regularly, and I hope to see you guys there. I'm a small-time content creator looking to continue to grow her channel in 2025, and I hope you guys will continue with me. Thank you guys so much for spending some time in Storybook Vale with me. I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys!